My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon of my sins and the grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, St. Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. As we approach these final few weeks of July, this is the time of year when many people are thinking about having a break, taking a well-earned rest, looking forward to that holiday in the sun, or whatever else has been planned for this annual period of relaxation and recreation. It's important to rest. We need opportunities to recuperate if we're going to work well at other times. And this concept of rest is really built into our Catholic faith. On the seventh day, God rested from all his work of creation. The Sabbath rest is an opportunity not to do nothing, but to step back from our usual duties in order to be more conscious of the presence of God. And maybe we can think about our times of prayer in terms of this idea of rest. We need to spend quality time with you, Lord, every day, doing what we're doing now, spending these 10 minutes with you, Jesus. And on one level, we might feel that we're wasting our time. There are so many other things that we could be doing at this precise moment, and they're all things that need to be done, important things. But time with you, Jesus, is never wasted. Indeed, spending time with you will actually enable us to be more productive. It's amazing how time expands when we pray. And we need this intimate conversation on a regular basis. Jesus, you revealed to us the importance of this by frequently withdrawing to a place of solitude. We think of the number of times you retreated from your daily activity in order to converse with the Father, sometimes spending whole nights in prayer. And these are moments that are real opportunities for spiritual rest. We recharge the batteries in order to engage in our mission more effectively. And we can think of that moment when, Jesus, you reminded Martha of the importance of choosing the better part. Martha was beside herself with distraction, and yet she's told that what Mary has chosen is the better part. We need to choose that better part every day in order to work more fruitfully when the time to do other things comes. Perhaps we can consider for a moment exactly what we bring to the Lord in these moments of prayer. How do we pray? What do we say? I think it's fair to say that prayer can be a real struggle. Our mind is often like a tree of monkeys, all sorts of thoughts competing for space in our head, worries, anxieties, ridiculous ideas that make us feel as if we're not really praying at all, that we're simply going through the motions. Teresa of Avila, that great teacher of prayer, is very helpful when it comes to describing what ideally should be going on. She says that prayer is a conversation with Christ, a close sharing of friends. And when we're in the presence of a close friend, we don't really think about what we're going to say. We just talk to them, don't we? We say whatever's on our mind. We don't worry about speaking in a polished or refined way. We don't craft our sentences. We just speak about anything and everything. Even our inability to pray is something that we can tell Jesus about. Lord, I'm distracted at the moment. I can't pray. Well, that's a prayer in itself. We're talking to Jesus. We're praying and we didn't even know it. Life can be hard, Lord, and you're so sensitive to our needs and our burdens. You're fully aware of the many demands on us. You understand our struggles. And you want us to bring these difficulties to you in our prayer. Come to me, all you who are overburdened, and I will give you rest. Jesus wants us to bring everything to him. And yet so often we don't do this. We can be a bit like the Lone Ranger. We have a problem, and it's tempting just to fret about it, to let it stew in our minds, to try and figure out the solution for ourselves. How often do we really turn to the Lord when life gets overwhelming, or where there are problems that seem impossible to solve? It's quite amazing how these things get resolved when we hand them over to you, Jesus. May we bring everything to you. You will unburden us from these things. You will truly lighten the load. And of course, we need to be real with you, Jesus. We need to bring the people that we are, not the people that we'd like to be. There's no point waiting until we become the person we want to be. When we're in that place of solitude with you, there are no masks, no possibilities of fooling ourselves. It's simply us and you, Jesus. Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Jesus, you tell us to learn from you, and this learning appears to involve emulating your humility. An ability to be humble seems to be the key to this idea of finding rest for our souls. So we're not just being encouraged to take a break, to have a bit of me time, and then somehow all will be well. It's not just about recuperation. Jesus, you're telling us that being humble is essential to finding rest for our souls. Being humble is what makes the yoke easy and the burden light. And the most pressing burdens that we carry are our sins. And you, Jesus, are able to relieve us of these sins through the sacrament of confession. Whenever we confess our sins to a priest, we are unburdened of this heavy weight. We emerge from the confessional lighter, freer, happier. We walk away with a spring in our step. But it takes humility to engage with this process. It takes humility to honestly examine our hearts and reveal our faults in order for this healing to take place. It can feel humiliating even, but we willingly go through the humiliation not as a punishment, but as the pathway to freedom and happiness. There are, of course, other burdens that are not the result of our sins and our failures necessarily, but are simply part of the reality of living in a fallen world. We cannot escape from a certain amount of suffering in this life. Indeed, we're told that the path to heaven involves embracing this suffering. It involves taking up our cross. And when we take up the cross, when we embrace the yoke that Jesus offers us, then we will find that rather than being a heavy burden, this is a yoke that allows us to fly. There used to be an advert for a carbonated drink that claimed that the energy it provided was like being given wings. Red Bull gives you wings was the slogan. Well, this could be said of the yoke that Jesus places on our shoulders. It gives us wings. It allows us to fly. And rather than being a burden, it's a blessed weight which allows us to soar like an eagle towards God. Jesus, make us truly humble, so that we may see the trials that inevitably come our way as precious gifts that will purify us of our sins and truly provide rest for our souls. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me in this time of prayer. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, St. Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.